Hello and welcome to Season 3, Episode 4 of our career, where we try and go from obscurity to Champions League glory. My name's Ash and we're with Torquay, and form, since you were last with us, has been a little bit hit and miss. If I go to the right screen, you were last with us for the FA Cup 4th qualifying round at home to Nuneaton, where we won 3-0 quite comfortably, although they are from the division below. We then lost the next two games against Maidstone and Leyton Orient, who were 2nd and 3rd, expected results there. And then we got an excellent away win against Accrington, which was a superb performance, as well as result. You probably see we didn't quite deserve it, but nevertheless we nicked it in the very, very last minute to go 3-2 up. Port Vale at home, lost 3-1. Again, we probably didn't deserve to lose this. For some reason, the performance wasn't quite as good, or rather, the result wasn't quite as good as the performance suggests. We did make some changes at half-time, which brought us back into the game. We were 3-0 down and got one back in the second half. So we won the second half, which is fine. Today, we're at home to Mansfield and away to Boreham Wood in the National League. But before that, an FA Cup first round game. We were at home against the team from the league above in League 2. Just generally a steady League 2 club from their history. And the team we're going for today is Durrell in goal, Amos. A back four of Amos, Smith, Ogbeta and Higgins. Finney, Whelan, Rowthorne. Young goes out to wide right. Morton on the left and Fuster in goal. You wouldn't have met Callum Whelan before. It's his first game for us. He's a 21-year-old Englishman. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He's come to us on a free transfer, having been a youth academy player for Manchester United. He's been somebody we've probably been looking to get into the team, but Rowthorne has been the best player, and the only reason he's having to play as the attacking playmaker is that our usual right winger, Rhys Gregor-Cooks, is coming back from injury. So Young goes over there on the right-hand side to play as an advanced playmaker. It's the first time we've had to use this as the way forward. Standard mentality, team shape is going to be structured and we're looking to pass into space. Let's get into the game. When it says so, there we go. Right, we're in. Bradley Fuster's performances have been good as a defensive forward, even though it's not his favoured position. They're going with a 4-2-3-1. But with their deep defensive midfielders. So we're going to struggle for space right in front of them, the back four, but that's fine because we don't really play with attacking advanced midfielders. And Fuster early on has a clear-cut chance, 40 seconds in. Young delivers. Finney to Young. We've got two advanced playmakers on the pitch. I wonder if that's going to jeopardise the way we play, or maybe even improve the amount of possession we have. We see there's an excellent turnout here today for the game against Manfield. FA Cup has drawn a big crowd for once. One of the big changes that we've gone for in the last few games is a change in the back four, playing Will Smith rather than Suka, with Higgins on the right and Amos rather than Eid on the left. Ogbeta is by far and away the best defender at the club, so he's the glue that sticks us together. And Rose, for them, heads against the woodwork. We could have easily been 1-0 down there. They've got 2 match stats showing, which is not what we want. Let's go action zones. So you can see, actually, we are having slightly more of the game at the moment, but they seem to be the ones with the highlights, and he shoots and just wide goal kick for us. But it is a very even affair with lots of play in the middle. Here we go. Suddenly, Mansfield have gone all over us in the last few minutes. They're having all of the ball. It's played in our half. You can expect a goal, I think, coming soon. They shoot and just wide. I think a change in mentality, probably looking to be a little bit more counter-attacking, could be the way forward. I also want to have a quick look at the tactics because I should just have a quick read of this. We're going to switch to highly structured, I think. But Fuster is in, good tackle. We're going to switch to highly structured as well. We win a corner at the start of the second half. Highly structured is generally used for players who are already good in one particular position, which tends to be our sort of players. We are now having a bit more of the ball, possession slightly in our favour. But again, as the half draws on, Mansfield are starting to get more of the ball and more play in and around our third. A draw would be good for the coffers. A win would be even better. Rowthorne. Fuster delivers. Whelan. Morton. Young's at the back post, and that's 1-0. What a move. Torquay can play football, ladies and gentlemen. Amos with the throw in. Rowthorne and Fuster whips the ball in. Whelan to Morton. First one-touch football. Lifted over to the back post and volleyed home from our star man, Liam Young. With 2 minutes to go, I think probably a good idea to switch down to contain, just see the game out. There's a minute left. Half a minute left. This hopefully is just the final highlight. This would take us through to the furthest we've ever been in this competition. As a manager, second round. A non-league team in the second round is an excellent thing to put our name to, and a potential third round encounter with the big boys could be approaching. And it's over. We've won. Young scores the winning goal. We are going through to the second round of the FA Cup. We receive a good whack of money there. Whelan makes his debut. I think he'll probably be getting another game, judging on that sort of performance. We'll be back in a moment with the Boreham Wood game. And so here we are back ready for the Boreham Wood game. I wanted to start by showing you the table. As you can see, we are just outside the relegation zone, 16 points from 17 games. It still doesn't feel like we're in a relegation scrap, because the performances, from what I've been seeing, are far better than our position in the table suggests. We're only 1 point above the relegation, however, so I'd like a couple of wins just to move us away. That also being said, we're up against second place today, who are riding high, 35 points from 17 games. Let's have a quick look at the team. A few changes then. Suka comes in for Better, who's picked up a slight... Oh no, he's gone away on international duty with Nigeria under-20s. Also away on international duty is Danny Amos, who's with Northern Ireland under-21s. So Eid comes in on the left back. Will Smith moves over to the right side of defence. And Rogers is not going to play. Higgins is going to play. Finney, front six are the same with Finney, Whelan and Rowthorne, Morton and Young, Fuster up front. We've gone highly structured and counter-attacking for today, given that we're up against a far better side. The draw for the FA Cup second round was also made whilst you were away. We have been drawn away at Coventry, League One Coventry. That's going to be a very difficult game, but a chance to play in front of a stadium that can hold 32,000 fans. We might be picking up a few pennies from that game, which I'm sure the club coffers could well do with. The financial situation at the moment is not the best. We are around £300,000 in debt. The club has put in plenty of money, which I can't see us ever repaying to the owners. And this is a real issue, because I think I need the budgets. From previous experience playing this game, I've noticed that if you get your A license or Pro license or one of those licenses in the non-league of football, you suddenly start winning everything. When I was in FM16, I think I was really struggling down at this level until I got my A license, and then suddenly I was no longer struggling. I was winning, and I don't remember making that many changes to either personnel or tactics. I think I might have made one change, and that is a really unlucky deflection from Suka, who's back in the team just for today, given Ogbetter is off with Nigeria, and that's a really unfortunate way to let in a goal. He wasn't even looking at it, he just hit it back of his heel and flew into the bottom corner. And we've had absolutely no part in this game yet. I think we're going to go back to standard just to try and get some shots, really. And luckily, there we are. We've had a shot. It's not on target, but it is a shot. First one of the game, half time, in a half that we have been totally outplayed. Boreham Wood, with a win, would go top of the table. It may also stick us in a relegation zone. Let's have a look at the more important end of the table. It would. Looks like Darlington are winning. Great save from Durrell. He's had to be in good form today. Higgins with a good tackle. Nothing came from it though. We're starting to have a bit more possession, but still not in the key areas on the pitch. With 15 minutes to go, it's certainly not been anything to write home about, but we've got the ball now. Suka with a terrible pass to Morton, and it's been cut out, and White's coming forward now for them. Howe coming from it, breaks. Rowthorne picks it up, but it just bounces back off our defence. Stevenson to White to Stevenson. It's going to be an excellent goal. It's going to be a goal from 40 yards, 30 yards, there we are, which flies into the top corner. It's a lovely finish. Maybe Durrell probably should have got something to it. I don't know. But he saved us enough times in this game for us to be to not be too upset with him. Let's go flexible. We've got nobody to bring on. Absolutely nobody we can bring on. We're going flexible. And mentally, we're going to go on attacking. Actually, I might change that. We're going to go control. With two playmakers, we should be able to forge some sort of chance, you feel. But at the moment, we can't get out of our own box. They are all over us. Balls being played into the channel, which are just appearing at their feet. They're faster, they're stronger. 2-0. Oh yeah, of course, the long shot was 2-0, wasn't it? I thought it was only 1. And here they come again. White with the ball in. Durrell saves. There's only 15 seconds left. It's been a game where I think we just have to hold our hands up and say they were the better team. They are the better team in terms of table. They're top of the league, the best team in the league. Not beating this lot is nothing to be ashamed of. And you can see we're playing third place next in Tranmere. It's a hard time to be at Torquay. We've slipped into the relegation zone, 2 points off safety. The next game that you will see, we'll carry on the FA Cup tradition, shall we? We're going to have the away game at Coventry and the away game at Bath as our next episode. If you've liked this episode, press the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of our career mode. And thank you very much for watching.